Hello, welcome to this short and sweet 15-minute flow. Let's get straight into it in reclined butterfly pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. Bringing the soles of the feet together, allowing knees to fall out wide. If this feels very intense for the hips, you can place yoga blocks or cushions underneath the thighs just to take some of the intensity out of the stretch. Bringing awareness to your breath and inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, release 4, 3, 2, 1. Long breath in and a slow breath out. Just taking a moment to check in with how you're feeling physically, emotionally, and energetically. Bring the knees up to center and then hug your right knee in towards the chest, allowing the left leg to extend out long, giving it a nice big squeeze. And then crossing the right ankle over the left knee, coming into ankle to knee stretch, maybe picking up the left leg, drawing it in towards the chest. Flexing into the right foot and allowing the right knee to draw away from the face. Lower the left foot, keeping the shape of the legs, and allow the legs to drop over to the left for a twist. Slowly unwind your twist. Draw both knees in towards the chest, and then keep your left knee hugging in, extending right leg. Squeezing the knee tightly into the chest, and then we'll find reclined ankle to knee on the second side. Lowering the right foot down and allow the legs to drop over to the right for your twist. Maintaining a nice, slow, rhythmic breath throughout your practice. Okay, unwinding your twist. Then find some rock and rolls up and down the spine. My absolute favourite transition up to a seat, pretty much do it every class. Eventually making your way up into a comfortable seated position, sitting up tall, and Sufi grind, making big circles with the torso. Inhale as you come forward and exhale as you round back. Taking this nice and slow. And switch directions. Keeping both sitting bones grounded. Just feeling into any sensation you might be feeling in the low back. This is a good movement to stretch a little bit into the quadratus lumborum muscles. Alright, coming back up to center. Nice big breath in as you reach your hands up towards the sky, interlacing fingers, big side bend to the right. Back through center and over to the left. Nice big inhale. And exhale, release back to center. Bring the arms forward about shoulder height, flipping the palms, rounding through the upper back, and then just gently find some movement from side to side. Releasing into the shoulders and the lats. And release. From here, coming onto your hands and knees. And we'll stretch into the wrists a little bit. So, turning your palm so that your fingers face in towards the knees, and then gently begin to sit the hips back towards the heels, just until you find a stretch. quite subtle. Nice, and then taking the backs of the hands to the mat this time, fingertips are pointing inwards. And then gently shift from side to side. Nice, from here, taking the hands back to their normal place, and we'll find cat-cow. Inhaling to arch the spine, look forward, and then exhale, rounding, chin to chest. Okay, finding a neutral spine in your table, send your right leg back and reach your left arm forward, bicep in line with the ear. From here, bending into the right knee, reaching the left arm back, catching hold of the foot and kicking the foot into the hand. And lifting up the chest. Release. And then sit back into a child's pose, just to allow the spine to round, counter pose to that back bend, and we'll take that to the second side, lifting and extending the left leg and the right arm, finding your balance, lifting up a little higher, and then bending the knee, catching hold of the foot, kicking the foot into the hand for your back bend. And then release. And sitting hips back to heels, child's pose, rounding out the spine. From here, coming back onto hands and knees and sending hips high into downward facing dog. Finding a moment in your down dog to pedal out the legs. And then take baby steps up towards the very top of your mat for ragdoll. From here, rolling up through the spine, coming to stand, Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in and a big breath out. Bending the knees, look forward, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reaching arms overhead. And then exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, we fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or float back into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing. Nice, and a couple breaths here in your downward facing dog. And when you're ready, inhaling, lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, stepping the right foot in between the hands, runner's lunge. Plant the left hand down and twist open to the right for an easy twist. We'll be rotating the chest up towards the ceiling, unwinding and lowering the back knee down, maybe taking hold of some yoga blocks or other props that you have at home. Just taking a moment to sink into your low lunge. After a couple breaths, maybe the hips sink a little bit lower. You can take the hands to the hips or reach the arms overhead. And then lowering the arms down, finding half splits, flexing right toes back towards the face and drawing the right femur in towards the right hip socket. Inhale, come forward into low lunge. And then exhale, take it back to half splits. And we'll flow. Inhale, low lunge. Inhale, come forward to low lunge. Staying there this time. Maybe moving props to the side. Coming back into our easy twist, back knee lifts. This time get light on the left fingertips, lift the torso up into an open twist. Lower the right hand to the back thigh. And then cartwheel the arms as you turn to face the long edge of your mat, setting up for a wide leg forward fold. So getting into your forward fold, if fingertips reach the mat, have them in line with the toes. Inhale, extend the spine, and exhale to fold. Inhale, lift the chest, take the hands to your waist, and come on up to stand. Turn your right toes out, and we're coming into a warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, side angle. And we'll flow again. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Once more. Nice, and this time staying in your side angle. And then taking it down to runner's lunge, step back to plank, shift forward, bend the elbows. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward in between the hands, runner's lunge. From here we find our open twist to the left. And then taking it down, lowering back knee, finding low lunge. And just taking a couple breaths in your low lunge, sinking the hips down. An option to take hands to hips or reaching the arms overhead, completely up to you. From here, finding half splits. And then we'll flow. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. And then staying forward in your low lunge. From here we're going to come back into our easy twist, lifting up the back knee and then lifting up the torso, coming into an open twist, and then lowering left hand to the back thigh for twisted reverse warrior. And then transitioning to face the long edge of your mat, this time interlacing hands behind the back for wide-legged forward fold. Just allowing the force of gravity to open up the shoulders. We're not trying to ram the knuckles down towards the floor. Slowly, slowly lift on up. And we'll transition into warrior two, turning left toes out. And then from here, inhale, reversing your warrior. And exhale, side angle. Again, inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. One more time, keeping the legs completely still, only moving the upper body. This time stay in your side angle for a breath. And then transition through runner's lunge, step back to plank. Shift forward into chaturanga, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Nice, lowering the knees, sit back to child's pose, maybe taking the knees wider this time. Nice, come on up and transition to a seat. We're going to come into deer pose, so take your right shin forward, sit up nice and tall, and lift up the knees, switching to face the back of your mat, and then switching back. Seeing if you can do this with the arms lifted. If hip mobility allows, if not, it's perfectly fine to keep your hands on the floor. Next time you're facing forward, fold over the front leg. And you can fold directly over the shin like I'm doing, or come down at more of a diagonal over the knee. And then come on up. And switch on over to face the back of your mat and fold over the left leg. Making your way back up, and from here transitioning onto your back, hugging these into the chest, giving yourself a nice big squeeze. And then finding happy baby, just taking hold of the shins, ankles, feet, whatever is available, and gently guiding knees in the direction of your shoulders. And then when you're ready, settling down into Shavasana, or coming into a comfortable seated position if you're taking this class first thing in the morning and have a tendency to perhaps fall back asleep. then I would suggest coming into a little seated meditation. Otherwise, spending a couple minutes in Shavasana, allowing the body and the mind to become quiet. And Shavasana is where I'm going to leave you. I invite you to stay resting for as long as you can. Thank you so much for choosing to practice with me. I hope to see you very soon.